What if Izuku Midorya had a quirk? Part 3. Hello, Anime Honor here. So I hope you go down, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit that notification bell so you can be updated on my videos. Blue Daily, just to let you know, we're going to be doing What If Izuku Midorya Had a Quirk? Part 3. Just a quick review. We left off when Izuku had gotten the note where he got accepted into UA Academy with the highest score ever in history. Okay, so let's get on with it. Izuki gets ready for school as he already has his uniform. It was delivered with the note. Whatever. He gets in his note and he runs to school as fast as he can with one for all on. Just like a quick detail, whatever. He goes to school. He walks into his classroom, his first day of school. And the first thing he sees is Bakugo at his desk with his feet on the desk. Ida saying, "You must be more respectful with the classroom," waving his hand up and down like a robot. And then Ochako Uraka, the brown-haired girl who he had saved at the practical exams, comes up to Izuku and says, "Hey, I'm Ochako Uraka. You're the one that saved me, and I would really like to thank you." And then Deku says, "No problem. I'm here to be a hero after all." She smiles and blushes as she looks away, and Deku smiles and blushes too. So basically, then Aizawa comes in and is like, "It took you guys 8 minutes to quiet down. Going to have to shape you guys into real heroes." Okay, and then Aizawa Sensei, man with black hair and bags under his eyes. Tall, skinny. Yeah, that's Aizawa Sensei. Aizawa says, "Go grab this uniform out of your locker and get dressed and get at the field in 5 minutes." And then Ochako raises her hand and asks, "Aren't we supposed to be going to orientation?" Aizawa says, "Heroes do not go to orientation before they save people, do they?" Everybody nods no. He said, "Exactly. We don't have time for that. I have only 3 years to shape you guys into heroes, and I'm going to use all the time I have." They get ready, and they meet Aizawa there in 5 minutes. Everybody's right on time. He then describes the rules pretty early, and says, "Whoever's last place in these exams, you're expelled." Okay, so first we're going to start off with Izuku Midorya going first up as a star student of the class, who's gotten the highest score in history for the UA practical exams. First, we are doing the ball throw. Make sure as long as you stay in this circle, try to throw the ball as far as you can. So Izuku grabs water out the air, and he covers the ball in water. As he's in the circle, he powers up one for all to 35%. Yeah, and in his arm, he pushes himself even more farther and puts his arm at 40% to make his arm a little farther, stronger to throw the ball further. He throws the ball with water covered in it, and as the ball goes all the way to 700 feet. Then as it's dropping, Izuku closes his eyes, sensing the water and sensing where it is. He closes his eyes, he feels the water, and with one for all, he controls the water even more and blasts it off even more with one for all, causing it to go 1,200 meters. Pretty good. That's way better than he got in the original. So basically what happened next is everybody else goes for the ball throw. Ochako, of course, gets first place in the ball throw. That's pretty much all she gets, first place. They gets first place in the rest, pretty much. She gets first place for that because, of course, she got infinite. They do the speed test. Deku runs the fastest, of course, even faster than Lita. Twice as fast as Lita. So Ida got like 3 seconds, I think. So Deku had got 1.5 seconds. Or a little less. Yeah, like a little less than 1.5. Almost 1 second, pretty much. And then after that, they do the long jump. Of course, Deku gets first. Deku was able to jump far. He just wanted to jump straight to the pit. He didn't want to jump past the pit. He just wanted to get that perfect grade, of course. They do all the tests, and Deku's placed fourth. And last place is actually expelled. He's not gonna be like, oh, it was a joke. He only said it was a joke because Izuku got last in the canon, and he saw much promise in Izuku. Last place is Minoru Mineta. You're expelled. Go to the principal's office. Mineta starts wheezing and crying. He's like, I don't care. And then runs off to the principal's office. Everybody else shocked that he's actually done it, as many people such as Momo thought he was just joking. Midoriya knew he was telling the truth the whole entire time as he looked him in the eyes when he first said it. And Aizawa sees super duper promise in Izuku Midorya. As Aizawa's walking back to class, walking away, All Might says, you see any promise in any of these kids? Aizawa says, yes, but it's not time for me to pick any favorites. It's too early in the year to do that. He walks away. He says, oh, and I don't even need to talk to you right now. And then he walks away, and then and then a week passes by, normal school, some hero training and stuff. And then All Might comes into the UA as they thinking it's a regular day. All Might runs in like, I'm running through the door like a normal person. And even though he's definitely not. Everybody gets so happy. He's like, All Might? Even Midori, even Izuku, because All Might hasn't been teaching that much. So he's actually surprised. He's like, All Might? He's actually really happy, of course. So All Might says, we're going to be doing hero training, of course. But today, we're going to be doing it in your new hero suits. So everybody gets their hero suit ready. And a quick disclaimer about Izuku's suit. It's kind of the same. He just has different shoes. Instead of his shoes being red, they're going to be black. Like, you know how his shoes were red and they were covered in black? It's kind of like that, but it's not red. It's just going to be full black. And it doesn't have, like, the guard yet, because that happens way later on with that one girl. She made him. So, yeah, his suit, instead of it being green, also, it's actually blue. So, yeah, it's like a green and black vibe. He has, instead of that little thing, it's just a regular hoodie. He wears the hoodie, but he doesn't really he wore the hoodie this time, of course, and it's his first time wearing his suit, so he wore his hoodie. So they walk to the place, and All Might explains the rules to them and says, it's 2-on-2, 2 villains and 2 heroes. You're in a building, and the villains hide this bomb. As long as the heroes make it to the bomb on time and touches the bomb, you win. And what also happens is that he says, if you capture one of the villains in the tape, they're not able to get out. They're able to get out, but they're not supposed to. Then that's breaking rules, of course. Blah, blah, yada, yada, yada. And he says, pick through either V or H, which is supposed to be hero and villain. I'm not sure which one. So everybody, they already had people set for which ones are going to be heroes and villains, so they picked out which their partner is. And never mind. Now, I don't know how they selected, but we're just going to leave it like that. Okay? I don't really remember that. Okay, they didn't pick it out. So that we're just going to have the same piece. So it was Uchako and Izuku, just like in canon, and what's his name in Ida? Bakugo and Ida. Bakugo's actually pretty excited because he and Deku have been rivals ever since Deku has been a little kid and got his quirk. So yeah. And instead of Mineta, actually Shinso is there to replace him, because I really like Shinso. I think she's actually a pretty cool character, and how he had a brief little story about himself, about how his quirk is not meant for fighting and stuff like that. In the UA Sports World, I really like that. Okay, so next, what happens is it's the same thing pretty much. Deku tells Uraraka. Well, Deku's a little smarter. Well, Deku was already super smart, but he's actually super duper smart. He's like much smarter. He's actually number 1 in his class in smarts too. He's number 1 pretty much everything. That's how good Izuku is. So Izuku says, okay, you go the long way, I'll take the short way to the root. You go the short way, I'll take the long way. As Deku figured that if he goes the long way, Bakugo would head towards him, and Bakugo would know that Deku has some tricks up his sleeve. That's why Bakugo also went the long way. So they head up, and yeah, they head up pretty much. And basically, as Deku is running through a hall, Bakugo comes in and says, "I'm here, Deku, ready to fight," and blows up a side in the wall as Deku dodges his attack. They are in pretty close combat, but Deku keeps grabbing out water in the air to cancel out Bakugo's explosions. Bakugo has to be much faster. Bakugo blasts an explosion to his side to dodge one of his things and goes back full and blasts a bomb back to make himself go forward. It boom hits Deku right in the chest. Deku blasts back, not hurt, but activates 8% of One For All. No, 10% of One For All. So yeah, so pretty much what happens is they pretty much in an all-out fight as Deku grabs water and throws Bakugo out of the way, like covers Bakugo in some water and throws him out of the way. And then Deku tries to head up, but Bakugo gets out of quickly. And then Deku is totally off guard. He's off guard, and Bakugo has an explosion super close to his face. And what does out of nowhere, Midori just imagined something to block him. And basically he formed water, and it turned into ice. Really hard ice. And then it exploded like psh, and instead of Izuku getting hit in the face, he's still pretty hit in the face. Like he got hit in the face. Like not hit, but he still felt some of that. Like it hurt. But not all of it was hit. And everybody sees this like, wait, did Midoriya just make ice? As All Might is surprised by this, he said, it's what you should was. Well, ice does have something to do with water, so maybe he can do something like that. And as I said, I never said Izuku, as I said, a quick disclaimer, in this quirk, I never said he only could, make water move around. I said liquid manipulation. And that means he can turn it into ice, so he manipulated the water to turn into ice. Something new Deku has done, so basically he can control kind of the temperature of the water, but it's only, as a defense. And he can attack with heating water, but I don't really know about that yet. So Izuku's surprised. He grabs some water and turns it into ice and puts it around his fist. He charges up One For All and punches Bakugo with 10% into his hand. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. So my family's there cooking, and they're all in the kitchen talking loud and stuff. So if you can hear that, just please ignore that. So as Izuku puts the water around his hand, he figures out, and he covers it in ice and punches Bakugo right in the face, knocking him out cold because he also had 10%. With that, boom. So he's knocked out. Bakugo, Deku covers him at tape. All my and the students like that. Whoa! How did Deku do that? He just figured out how to do. That just happened. Like he just got his ice, and now he's already at that advanced with it. And by the way, Izuku is very, very talented. He's pretty much like a prodigy. Go watch that video. What if Naruto was a prodigy and had all 5 chakra ninjas? Just go watch it. So what happens next is pretty much they're fighting. Well, they finish fighting before Deku runs up, and he talks to Ochako, and Ochako says, "Yes, I found it, but Ida won't let me get to the thing." So Deku rushes up with One For All. Well, he asks, "What floor?" She says, "It's on the 5th floor." He runs up super fast with 10% of One For All. Not all of his One For All, because he doesn't really mess up things, because that much One For All can cause things to break around him and wind everywhere. So yeah, he runs around with 10% instead. He runs up and he punches. He tries to punch Ida. Ida moves out the way as quick as possible with reciprocal burst. And I know people may say, "Oh, he can't do reciprocal burst at that start." Ida figured it out. Okay, he figured it out. So then what happens next is Ochako grabs the bomb at that moment and And All Might says, and the winner are the heroes. And just a quick disclaimer, Bakugo didn't have the chance to launch off that giant bomb, like in canon, because of Deku's water and disabling his explosions after. Because you know how water doesn't like let explosions really explode like that. It doesn't really let things happen like that. So yeah, and then after that, yeah, they happen all the rest of the thing, and they're all impressed with Todoroki, who just froze the whole building, which was good, but it was also bad at the same time because he didn't work with his teammate. So yeah, yada yada, all that happened, and yeah, pretty much they go back to the class, and that's it for the day. So, a couple weeks later, I think so. I'm not sure if there was such a big time skip, but we're gonna say that. Oh yeah, and Deku's suit was not destroyed at all. It wasn't destroyed like in canon, because I'm pretty sure that's why he had the PE outfit in the what's it called? In the thing. In the at the USJ incident. So it's time for USJ. Yeah. So they're on the bus. Everybody's talking about how they've done and getting to know each other more on the bus. And they say, "Hey Izuku, do you have any connection to All Might? Because your quirk is very much like that." Izuku gets like pretty nervous, of course, because kind of does. He's like, no connection with All Might. And I think All Might's a great hero. He's my favorite hero of all time, and it's my job to surpass him. And Bakugo says, "No, you're definitely not surpassing him. If I'm surpassing him, I'm gonna be the number one hero." Deku thinks to himself, "Okay, whatever you say so." And then Suyu says, "You know, it says it to everybody else, Bakugo has anger issues." And Bakugo says, "No, I don't, you damn frog." And then Suyu says, "See?" She says, "See? What was I talking about?" They arrive there. Everybody gets inside of USJ, and they're surprised and very amazed by all the water area, the mountain area, the fire station area, and they think it's pretty cool. And then Kirishima shouts, "Oh look, they even have fake villains too." And this is where I'm going to end this video, right before everything happens. So I'm going to, I hope you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, and share this channel with any of your other friends who are also interested in anime, or want to get interested or whatever. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell. And I might do a double upload today. I'm thinking about it, but I also still have to write a little more. If I do, I'm going to be doing part 2 of what if Luffy had the flame fruit. Alright, so going to have to say peace out. So have a nice day, subscribe, hit that button, and peace out.